now for updates on sports stories from across the globe. Aaron, the Baron, Akere Jola is here for the victory lap.
Yes, you can say that again. And I asked a very poignant question last week. What happens when an immovable force meets, when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? So the answer to that is that the immovable object goes nowhere. And that's what happened in that massive comeback victory for the Super Falcons on the day they were staring down the barrel of defeat, literally staring down the barrel of defeat, having had two quickfire goals coming. But Esther Okoronkwo on the day was the one that delivered the sucker punch left, right, and center, scored one to engineer the comeback, and created 2 assists for her teammate, Ijamulusi, and not forgetting Echejine to just bury this particular one in and break the hearts of Moroccans who are still feeling hard done by this particular decision. But whatever happens, the Super Falcons are champions. The most successful national team on the continent for the men or the women. Take it home. Take it home, I must actually say. And the good thing about this is that the players wanted it. The players fought for it, and they went against a foreign coach, a World Cup winner who won the last World Cup with Spain, Jorge Vidal. And the local coach has shown that he can outclass a foreign coach. Now, quickly, let's actually just touch on some few things. Firstly, the fact that, of course, Chiamaka Onadozie winning the best goalkeeper award in that particular one there, without a doubt, only considered 3 goals. Remember, they scored 14 in the course of the tournament. And not forgetting Rashida Ajibade, captain fantastic, winning the woman of the competition. Kudos to her. And Justin Madugu, without a doubt, the finalist, the winner, certainly being crowned as the coach of the tournament. So kudos to him, I must actually say. Now, let's talk about the fact that the team will be arriving in Nigeria today, midday, and there is an open bus parade already put together for them. Of course, this was the video of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulating them. As a matter of fact, the president will be hosting them today at the State House because Rashida Ajibade promised that she's bringing the trophy straight to his office. And he said, why not? Bring it on. So he's going to be hosting them later on today, but there'll be an open bus parade where as soon as they land from the airport down to Maitama, to Wuse, they'll just take the trophy around Abuja to just thank the fans and also celebrate with the team. Kudos to the Super Falcons. I must actually say that, Vimbai, I love the touch of Super Eagles. And the beautiful thing about this is the fact that the women rallied together to support these ladies. We brought out video after video how several professionals came out to say, we are behind you, and they came through and through. And the beautiful thing is this, women always outclass men when it comes to sports in Nigeria. It's a phenomenon I have been trying to wrap my head around, because if we were to press it even further, Mariam Eniola Bolaji, the bronze medalist in para badminton at Paris 2024, had just won the British-Irish International Badminton Championship there. And once again, just cementing her place as one of the greatest para badminton athletes on the continent. She's number 1 in Africa, but beating the world number 1 as it stands right now, because she lost to her in Paris 2024, so she was condemned to actually win the bronze medal. But this lady, once again, standing strong and ensuring that she can, and she is the force to reckon with. So, away from this, still talking about the women, and this weekend, the Tigress, once again, Rene Wakama and her charges have begun the campaign to defend the trophy they won the last time out. As a matter of fact, let's put it this way. The D Tigers are such a force, a tour de force, that the last time they lost game was the semifinals of the Afro Basket back in 2015. That's 10 years ago. They've been such a dominant force, and they put to the sword Rwanda. They'll be taking on Mozambique later on today. So we're just elated about our women, and we need to celebrate them enough. And this is what the NSC chairman had to say about that. Just confirming this.
Our job is definitely to provide the enablers, to provide the right structure and the right framework for you people to be able to live a dream and to deliver the very best for the country. So I welcome all here to the new National Sports Commission. I'm an advocate of women's sports because I always tell everybody that women have always come through for Nigerian sports. At every point in time, whether it's football, whether it's athletics, whether it's basketball, women have always never let the country down.
I must say that true words. I am hoping and I'm pleading that the women get enough funding because the women don't get half of what the men get, but they produce 5 times of what the men don't produce. So the imbalance must be rectified because these women are just complete colossus, I must actually say. And to just wrap things up quickly, let's actually point out that in the Euros final that actually happened yesterday, the Lionesses of England defeated.
This morning.
True, you do have tears in your eye.
I mean, I tried to get it out. You know, I mean, and that's what the greatness of this country does to me. And that's why I speak passionately when I see those that have been given the rare privilege by God to be guardians of this greatness for a while in the shape of leaders when they don't do right. That's why it hurts me so much, because this country is so great. And you know, history has a way of repeating itself. I was talking to Sam this morning and I said, that win reminded me of Atlanta 96.
Yeah, true.
Exact same plot. Mm-hmm. In fact, the third goal even brought it home for me. It was just like Amunike's goal.
Yes, Amunike's goal.
You know,
true.
It was a free kick. The Argentines tried to keep an offside trap. They all went to the front. Amunike slot the ball at the back of the net. There was a lot of controversy back and forth. In fact, the controversy that greeted that in 96 about it being an offside also greeted this goal.
True.
You know, and these girls came back from nothing.
Yes.
They fought. But, you know, the part that hurts me is the part that sometimes we don't want to see on TV. Aaron, we're talking about their training kits. We're talking about many things that were not provided for these girls. These girls still went ahead and they did
Yeah, they
something.
defied the odds. You must say that, they defied the odds.
It's obvious that manpower Nigeria doesn't lack. Leadership power is a problem. I just hope these girls are recognized and celebrated. I just hope we have a lot of Nigerians take our time, go there when they start the open bus parade, let them feel all the love in their heart.
True.
Because we don't have a country that caters to these people. Many years down the line, I pray it's not the case where we start to raise funds for these girls when they have medical struggles in the future. And that's why I feel so passionate about things like that in this country. So congrats to these girls. 10 times is not easy.
No.
Also, the memory of when they won it first on the Nigerian soil came to my mind. I'll never forget that game at the MQ Abiola Stadium. They had just built the MQ Abiola Stadium then around the 1998 time in Abeokuta.
Yes.
And then it was the time of Collins Udo's wife, Mercy Akide Udo, Florence Omagbemi, Stella Mbachi. Yeah. And, you know, it's just something that makes all of us happy. So thank you, girls. Thank you to Aluzi. People like Aluzi, she's got a career being a geneticist, you know, cancer specialist and all of that. But see what she's doing. See Okoronkwo. See girls that decided to come back to play. See the likes of Ashley Plumpton.
True.
It's her grandfather that has ties to Nigeria. And that's where when Kemi talks her jargons and her jaskelebe, Kemi not bad enough. I don't like to listen to her. Look at Ashley Plumpton that opted. Look at the likes of Ajibade. Look at these girls fighting it out there. I know at the end of the day, we'll still go through all our leadership failures and debacle, and the girl will have to gripe to be able to get what they're entitled.
No, they've been paid.
But I'm happy about that.
They've been paid.
But for today, we can all celebrate what truly makes us Nigerian. And thank you, girls, for making me cry.
You know what? I love sport because I believe sport is the hope of a nation. Sport unifies people, especially when there's a big win. Sport is one of those things that really just brings people together, no matter your race, no matter your ethnicity or whatever.
True.
When your team wins in that moment, everybody is excited and there's so much camaraderie. And I think that's the joy of this moment that I hope can be amplified as much as possible, because of course, because it's the women's sport, it may not have as much of a following as the male sport. But hopefully this is something that can be a message out there to say that besides the fact, which is the highlight here, that the women's sports are doing incredibly well, is the fact that this is an opportunity, a great opportunity for young Nigerian girls as well, in an industry that has always been male dominated, that people have always felt that is a man's world, that there exists real opportunity. For me, what the individuals who really stand out were, I mentioned Chioma Okafor before and Ashley Plumter. And why do I mention them? I mention them because both of them are of mixed heritage. They have an option to play for another country. They have an option not to be here. They don't have to be here. As is the case with most of the players on that team, many of them duly qualified to be anywhere else in the world, but they are choosing Nigeria. Now, for me, as a mother of children who are half Nigerian, half Zimbabwean, I love the fact that I can sit down with my children and say, can you see what Nigeria has to offer you? Can you see, if you put your best foot forward, you don't have to be like those who are running away from the country, doing all sorts to try and get a foreign passport and to try. No. So let us build the structures, the ecosystems that ensure that when our young people get involved, when they do well, when they win, they are well rewarded, they are celebrated. Systems that don't have corruption, systems that don't have some of the usual ills that we hear about, especially where sport is concerned. So let this be an encouragement, especially for organizations like National Orientation Agency, who are always trying to do a lot to communicate the positive side of Nigeria. But let's also make sure that we're holding our institutions accountable, so that when our children go into there's no maga. It's straightforward, and let your merit speak for you.
It was a great weekend for women football.
Yes.
The Euro 2025, and then the completion of the WAFCON, the women AFCON here in Africa. Now let's start with Nigeria. I think on the issue of Chioma Okafor, Chioma Okafor's mother is Malawi. She has dual nationality, Malawi and Nigeria. And then Ashley Plumter, who has been playing. And yesterday, I was saying on this same station that they provide a contrast to the likes of Kemi Badnoch or Favor Ofili, who out of grievances do not want to identify with us in Nigeria. However, the success, is not just a good advertisement for Nigeria or for female football. It is also a triumphant affirmation of the dominance of the Super Falcons in women's football in Africa. Mission 10 accomplished. That's just how to put it. And they will be coming home today. They deserve all the honor. They deserve all the celebration. Player of the tournament, Rashida Tajibade, Chiamaka Inadozie, goalkeeper of the tournament. Justin Magudu, the manager, also excelling. And then you have all the girls, Michelle Alozie, Esther Okurunkwo, Jennifer Echejine, and Ijalumisi, all these girls doing very well. I was saying that one thing we've seen also, either in the Euro 2025 that England won, or the
WAFCON.
The WAFCON, is the unusual power of subs. We had two critical matches against South Africa and against Morocco that was looking shaky. All Justin Magudu did was to introduce subs. And those super subs changed the match. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned there. You talked about how our women players seem to be more attentive than our male players. Well, we're going to the match round 8 in the World Cup qualifying series. We're going to meet Rwanda, host Rwanda, the Amavubi, on September 6th. On September 9, the Banyana, they are going to host us in South Africa. I hope our Super Eagles will draw inspiration from this achievement of the Super Falcons and know that glory is all that we ask for. Because if they don't do well, we may lose the opportunity to go to the World Cup. Now, as for the Lionesses, they did well. I mean, they started on a shaky note. They lost to France. But eventually they woke up. They were able to beat Wales. Look at Lucy Brown. She was injured. 37-year-old Lucy Brown was nursing a fracture, throughout. And yet she played for 598 minutes Nobody else has been able to do that. Wigman has won, in fact, 3 major titles consecutively, one after the other. 2 with England, 1 with another country. So it's also a major achievement for, and then Chloe Kelly, of course, who lost a penalty the other time. This time around, she was able to convert that penalty. So England is ecstatic. People are jubilating. All the front pages are celebrating the girls.
And the same story. The men are failing to deliver with all the talents on display. So, but the women keep delivering.
So you see, but that's why I started by saying, you know, female football is rising. True. And, you know, even the prize money here in Africa is now $1 million. $1 million. So the girls are bringing home $1 million. Yes. And I hope that President Tinubu would go the extra mile to further appreciate them because they've brought us glory and they have made all of us happy. Luke Littler has won the Philip Thomas Trophy. He's 18 years old and he was able to beat Wade. Now, when Wade won that same trophy in 2007, Luke Littler was just 6 months old. So, you know, it was a weekend of surprises and achievements. And then, of course, the story of Victor Gyökeres, who has been signed on and unveiled by Arsenal. So I think Arsenal fans are excited. They've spent a lot of money, over 200 million pounds buying players. So when the next season starts, we'll see, you know, with this addition of this Swedish striker, what happens.
People have something against you. Aruna Kodri did well at an international tennis tournament. They're saying we didn't cover it too. They said no report on international table tennis that ended up last weekend in Lagos State. They're covering Aruna Kodri. His fans are crying. They want, you know, because Arise Sports Show is one of the most exclusive and cha-cha sports show on TV. So they want to also be covered.
We'll do our best.
I've passed the message to you.
Yes, well delivered.
Anyway, thank you very much, Aaron Akerejola. We're looking forward to when Formula One comes to Nigeria.
I don't think it will ever. I don't think it will ever come.
No,
I don't think it will ever come.
Formula One is coming here.
Coming.
It's a money.
Verstappen will come here. Hamilton will come here.
F1's coming home.
I do one for the novelty, but might never be able to sustain.